We need to oppose gentrification.
Yes! Yes!
I was in the South Bronx a week or so ago, and they were telling me that 1 out of 4 children in that particular community has asthma from breathing the crap that's in the air.
Boo.
We have schools that are physically deteriorating. We have unemployment rates that are far, far too high. We have got to understand that if we can rebuild the infrastructure of Iraq and Afghanistan, we sure as hell can rebuild America's citizens. $1 trillion investment over a 5-year period will go a long way to rebuilding our roads, our bridges, water systems, wastewater plants, affordable housing, levees, and dams, and create up to 13 million decent paying
Building
jobs.
trade unions. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and by the way, we got legislation in to make it easier for workers to join unions.
Yes! Unions!
Without a strong trade union movement, we will never have a strong middle class. So thank you for that. This campaign is listening to our brothers and sisters in the Latino community. And they are telling me that with 11 million undocumented people in this country, many of whom are being exploited. We don't talk about that too much. But if you don't have any legal rights, you know what? You are underpaid, you are cheated, and you have no capability of fighting back. All right?
Yes, that's true.
I agree with the Latino community that we have got to move toward comprehensive immigration reform and a path towards citizenship. And if Congress does not do its job, I will use the executive powers of the presidency to do everything wrong.
Yes!
Our goal must be to unite families, not divide families.
Yes!
This campaign is listening to a group of people who get very, very little attention, and that is the Native American community. Anybody who has learned 5 minutes of American history understands that from before we were officially a country, when the first settlers came here, the Native Americans were lied to, they were cheated, and many treaties negotiated with them were broken. We owe the Native American people more than we can ever repay.
Yes!
They have taught us more than any people the need to understand that as human beings, we are part and one with nature, and that we cannot destroy nature if our people are surviving.
Yes!
Just Wisconsin the other day, and somebody there told me something. They said there's a tribe out there that before they make any decisions, they think about the impact of those decisions for 7 generations forward. In this country today, corporate America thinks about the decisions about how much money they can make in the next 3 months, and to hell with anything else. I think
Boo! That is unacceptable!
Which takes me to an issue that the Native American people and all of us are deeply concerned about. I am a member of the U.S. Senate Committee on the Environment, and what I can tell you is that the debate is over. Climate change is real. It is caused by human activity.
Yes!
And it is already causing devastating problems in our country and around the world. And what the scientists are also very clear about, and they're getting me really, really nervous, because what they are saying is many of the projections they have been making may have underestimated the impact of climate change. So what they are saying is if we don't act in an incredibly bold way, aggressive way, we're going to be looking at more and more drought, more floods, more extreme weather disturbances, more rising sea levels, more acidification of the ocean, and more wars and conflicts all over the world as people fight over limited natural resources. So what we have got to do from a moral perspective is to appreciate that we have got to leave this planet in a way that is healthy and habitable for our kids and our grandchildren. And that means, in a very unequivocal way, telling the fossil fuel industry that their short-term profits are not more important than the future of this country.
Yes! Woo! Yes! Woo!
I have 7 very beautiful grandchildren, and I never want, long after I'm gone, I don't want them to be living in a world where they and millions of other children say, why didn't they do something when they knew what was happening? Why did they leave us a planet like this? We have got to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Woo!
Now, I have been criticized by many for saying the following, so I will say it again as clearly as I can. No ambiguity. I believe that healthcare is a right of all people.
Yes!
Outside of the status quo, I want everybody here to be thinking, how does it happen that every other major country on earth, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Holland, Italy, Scandinavia, our neighbors to the north, Canada, they all guarantee health care to all of their people as a right. We are the only major country on earth that does not do that. Now, the Affordable Care Act, and I'm on the committee that helped write that bill, has done some very important things. We have done away with this private insurance company obscenity called pre-existing conditions.
Yes.
We have added 17 million people to the ranks of the insured. We have done away with discrimination against women who are paying higher health care premiums than they should have. But, despite all of that, and that was all good stuff, today 29 million Americans have no health insurance, and many of you, and millions of others, are underinsured with high deductibles and copayments. Am I right? And then, on top of all of that, you got the drug companies who are ripping us off in an unconscionable way.
Boo! Unacceptable!
They are not a very popular industry. Because everybody knows. There is
Bring
no
them down.
more. You can go to the drugstore tomorrow and buy medicine you've been taking for 20 years and the price could be double. And there's nothing that right now we are able to do about that. We pay the highest prices in the world. And what happens is that 1 out of 5 Americans cannot afford today to purchase the prescriptions their doctors are writing. Seniors are cutting their bills in half because they can't afford the medicine they need. Meanwhile, the 3 largest drug companies in America last year made $45 billion in profit.
Boo! Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
They're making incredible profits while people are dying because they can't afford the medicine they need. So, my view is that at a time when we are spending far more per person on healthcare than any other country on earth, and not in some cases getting even the kind of outcomes that these other countries are providing, now is the time to go forward with a Medicare for all.
Yes! Woo!
Everybody in this room knows that change, as I mentioned a moment ago, never takes place from the top or down, always the bottom up. And we are now at that moment in American history where I believe, and what this campaign is, I think, capturing the reality that millions of people are looking around and saying, I don't get it. Why do we have so much income and wealth inequality? Why is the middle class continuing to decline? Why is it that millions of young people are leaving school deeply in debt? Why do we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country? Why are women making 79 cents on the dollar compared to men? Why are we the only major country without paid family and medical leave? Why is our infrastructure collapsing? Why do we have a corrupt campaign finance system in which billionaires are buying elections? Why do we have a media out there which tells us everything that we don't need to know? But and what people are saying and sensing is that this is that moment in history. They're looking around saying the status quo is not working. It's got to change.
Yes!
Now, what people are concluding, and this is Secretary Clinton's real problem, is that it is just too late for establishment politics and establishment economics. People do not believe that you can go and have a super PAC, as the Secretary does, and collect millions of dollars from Wall Street and other special interests, and then go out and do what you have to do for the working families.
No! Unacceptable!
So where we are right now is at a moment where we have a chance to bring profound change to this country. And I do not want for 1 second to make you think that this is easy, nor do I want you to believe, and I say this every day, that any president, Benrie Sanders or anybody else, can do it alone. That is not the way it happens.
Woo! No, it's not.
No change, real change in this country ever came from the top on down. We need millions of people to essentially stand up, flex their muscles, and understand that in our country, if you choose to fully exercise your political power, let's not mean voting, but really understand that you have enormous power. We will transform this country. The reason we're not doing it is for a variety of reasons. People are demoralized. They are told over and over again, you've got no power. This is the way it is. This is the way it will always be. And you can't do anything about it. Well, I think we can do something. What this campaign is about, it's more than just asking for your vote, and of course I am asking for your vote. But it is creating a political revolution. I can't do it for you, we've got to do it together.
Yes!
On April 19th, there will be a very, very important Democratic primary here, as you all know. What I have learned from this campaign so far is that we win when the voter turnout is high, we lose when the voter turnout is low. On April 19th, let us make history. Let us have the highest voter turnout in New York State. That this great state is on the path toward a political revolution.